Yeah, go read a book, you illiterate son of a bitch, and step up your vocab.
Hi everyone, I'm back. This is Lulu from the Classic Press. And today I am bringing you episode number 4. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming back and listening to me in this new year, 2018. So let's get this cracking. I know I've been gone for like forever. So I'm back. And I am promising myself to be consistent and to do a podcast every month. So that's my target. Now, is that going to work? I don't know, but that's my target, and I hope to reach that goal and be consistent and be disciplined at the same time. So let's get started. Tonight, I am bringing you a compilation from this book titled All of the Women Are White, All the Blacks Are Men. And I believe the overall title is Some of Us Are Brave, Black Women Study. It is the second edition. Again, like I stated previously, this book is just like a collection of essays that speaks to Black women studies. It covers various topics from critical thought in politics, arts, imagery. It just covers the whole gamut by defining, first of all, Black feminism, particularly here in the United States. Let's just not make it like a overall concept, but it is covered in this book. And first, let me say this. I as a woman, never really defined myself as a feminist, in the sense that some of the stuff, yes, do speak to me, but at other junctions, it's just like, this isn't a representation of me. I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at. So here's the thing. What you're hearing is like the furnace starting, so bear with me. So yes, so first, like I said, I don't know, or I'm not really into, or no, I'm not aware of like the feminist thought or feminist concepts, but like I said before, some of it speaks to me and other times it's just, I know, as a matter of fact, it may not represent me all the way. But this book right here was very enlightening. It spoke to issues related to Black women in their lives and the concept of a dual oppression that occurs within their lifetime, within an individual's lifetime. Like, while we're here, and the experiences that they will encounter in their personal life, in their work life, in all aspects of life, basically. Again, some of the text in here, or articles, I would say, examines how Black women are excluded and how they're viewed, and how that translates to how we behave, and how that shapes like our identity. So let me get to my personal thoughts and feelings. The book really resonated with me because some of the narratives and the essays in here put into words thoughts that I've always had, but I've never been able to verbalize it. for example, you know, I attended a fairly 50-50, I want to say, high school, but I attended a predominantly white institution for undergrad. And I noticed it in high school, but it was never something that was in my foresight. But however, in undergrad, there was just this world where I was just like, me and Becky, Melissa, we're not the same. We're not the same. And I could never say why. And this book just provided so much insight and explains a lot of things for me. And again, it's how I view myself, how the external world views me, and how I interact in that realm. Along the lines of W.E.B. Du Bois, The Souls of Black Folks, with the duality and the mask that's worn. And let me go back to my personal experience. I wish that this book was introduced to me in my late teens and early 20s, since the writing in here was just so personal to me. But I'm thinking if it was introduced to me in my not my early teens, but in my late teens, early 20s, it would have just been like info you're trickling into my head and nothing that I probably would retain. However, at my current age, this has new meaning to me. I feel as though this book, I will revisit it. If not once a year, I will probably crack it open to just read a specific article or passage in here. So yes. Either way, I feel as though this is a book that I needed to read for myself. And read for myself in that I needed it right now. Because of all this language that's going on in pop culture. It's like intersectionality. Who gets to speak for who? And this movement that's going on here is just like, well, where is this coming from? Because a lot of languages or a lot of thoughts or theories happen in like academia, but when it trickles down to the masses, it's just it doesn't have enough meat, and it's just like I said, it's filtered down, so it loses a lot of oomph or grit in the discourse. Or sometimes these academias, they're talking to themselves and really not relaying to the regular common folk. But either way, I want to say I didn't have a knowledge in this not genre, but in this issue, and it was very informal. It was very informative, and it gave me a good introduction to, however you want to call it, it will say Black feminism. However, I just prefer to say Black woman studies. And again, whatever your gender, your ethnicity, your race, I think this is a good book to read just for insight and for perspective on certain issues. And I strongly recommend this. It's not a heavy read. It's not too academic in writing. It flows very well. Again, the the book starts off by like defining Black feminism. It goes about, you know, discussing sisterhood. It discusses racism. It brings ideas of like criticism. It talks about, you know, the arts. It just covers a variety of topics that I, for one, was not aware of. And it also gave an idea on how the feminist movement kind of splintered. And I probably should look into this womanism or womanist theory. So probably down the line I will get into that, delve into that. So again, this was my wrap up of all the women are white, all the blacks are men, some of us are brave, the second edition. So I strongly recommend my listeners to check out this book. It's very informative, and I hope you enjoyed this short and brief podcast. Again, happy 2018 to everyone. Thanks for lending me your ears, and let's get this started. I will be more disciplined to give you guys and gals a podcast on a monthly basis. You know, cross fingers and toes. All right, bye.